Welcome, angels, to Sex Talk with Charlie. Tonight, I have a amazing show planned for you guys, and I really put a lot of thought, emotions, feelings into this one. So, follow me on this journey because I'm excited to share some tips with you today as we talk about self love. I'm excited. You should be excited because it is something that's worth getting excited about because it's about you and bettering you and feeling good about you and feeling secure about you and feeling like no one should get, well, I should say everyone shouldn't get access to you. It's about you and self love. So, we are going to get started. We're going to push because people are hard headed. So, we're going to see what happens. But let's get this going. Let's wait. Hey, angels. Hit that link in the bio. Test, 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 test. Okay. Society is sucking on your dick. And since I got a pussy, I'm a bitch. And since you are a dude, yeah, you can tell the truth. All right, angels, we are going to get ready and get started. We just waiting on a few people. Waiting on a few people to get going. If you haven't already done so, make sure you share this live. Hey! Nice to see y'all. Yes, bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in. Hey, Kenny, I see you. All right, if you're in here, introduce yourselves. Because this is our new platform that we are going to be in. So if you're on IG Live, we are chatting on YouTube Live today, okay? I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. We are on YouTube Live and let everybody know. Let everybody know. Click the link in my bio on IG if you are on IG because the chat today, the live today, the interactions today is on YouTube Live. So my link is in the bio, just in case you are having trouble with accessing it, and people should be able to get tuned in there. All right, just waiting for the group people to come through, partying the same time. Share this live with everybody else. Send the link. Tell them to tune in. Tell them to tune in. Let's go. All right. All right. So today we are talking about self-love, y'all. And self-love is such a new concept. Everybody just thinks that, oh, I love myself. I, groom myself well. I take care of myself good. I eat well. I exercise. I have self love. I love myself, you know? And I know I see the bots. I see the bots. That's so interesting because it's such a newer channel. But guess that's how shit goes. I anticipate people going to try to join in the next 15 minutes, but we're not waiting. We are going to get started. So, like I said, if you are on IG Live tonight, the chat is in YouTube Live. So make sure you are tuning there. Log in. Link is in the bio. All right. I'm letting y'all know because honestly, I'm going to cut y'all off halfway through. I'm just letting you know. It's not going to be fun. So I suggest you get on YouTube ASAP. All right. I have a really good show for y'all today. Y'all have no idea. No idea. We are talking some real ish today, okay? So we're talking about self-love, which is a newer concept that everybody keeps saying and wanting to say that they have. Everybody recognizing and wants to say, like, oh yeah, I got self-love. I love myself. I love myself. I take care of myself. I get my nails done. I get my feet done, and I go here, I go there, I eat good food, I travel, I live myself. That is a byproduct of actual love, actual self-love. That is a symptom of self-love. It is not the definition of self-love. Okay, I'm seeing y'all on IG. I don't want people to switch. Go to YouTube Live. Link is in the bio. I'm just having this so we can upheave, uphold, and move together as one. Let's go to YouTube Live, y'all. YouTube Live. Meet me on YouTube Live. I'm giving y'all forewarning now. It is going to cut off in the middle of this live. So, right when I do the tips, I'm letting y'all know. Might not be able to see me. But cool. We're going to keep going. All right. So, if you're just joining us, welcome to Sex Talk with Charli. Today we are talking about, like I said, I'm repeating myself just for people who are newcomers. We are going to get going with the discussion about self-love. Now, the challenge is this. A lot of times, people are doing work on themselves. Maybe you're going to therapy. Maybe you have a life coach. Maybe you are going to, church or a prayer. Or maybe you have a mentor or something like that that's helping you develop you, who's helping you kind of sit through the challenges that you had in life. And you are slowly but surely getting to the point where you are maybe starting to like, not love, just like yourself. Self love, ladies and gents, is a journey. If you wake up tomorrow, like, I ain't taking this no more. I'm good. I'm not dealing with that. I got self love. It takes a while. Okay. It takes a while to actually develop the understanding of what self love is. In simplest terms, I want you guys to look at it like this. Think about how you feel about your best friend. Think about how you love your best friend. Think about, the good and the bad about your best friend. Think about the times that they get on your nerves. Think about the times that you like, hey, bestie. Think about all of those in betweens and how you still love this person. You still care about this person. You still are gentle with this person. You still are nurturing to this person because you want this person to be the best version of themselves that they ever could be. Right? That's how you should feel about yourself. That's the definition of self love. Recognizing the good, the bad, and the ugly as it relates to you. It's not just about the primping and the primpering and all that good stuff that you do to yourself. Absolutely. That's a part of it. But that's a part of it. Okay? That doesn't have anything to do with the internal work that has to be done as it relates to loving yourself. Okay? So, I have some thoughts for y'all today. And if you are just tuning in, welcome to Sex Talk with Charli, where we discuss all things love, sex, and relationships. If you haven't done so, get your asses over to YouTube Live because that is where we are actually. Okay. We are all on YouTube Live. And we are in a space where that's shadow work. Yes, roots to end. Deja, get your ass to YouTube Live. YouTube link is in the bio. It's very simple, y'all. It's really simple. I'm letting y'all know now for a warning. It will be cut off in the middle, and you will be missing out on some important, important information. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know right now. So get over to YouTube Live. Link is in the bio. There is a chat and up and running. Today, I got y'all. The chat is up and running today. So get over and YouTube Live so we can keep on discussing, y'all. What you gonna do? Lift up your head and keep moving. Or let the paranoia haunt you. Peace to fashion, police up in my heart. On my sleeve, let the runway start. Y'all hear it? It's a process, y'all. It's a process. It's a process for self-love. I really want y'all to understand that this situation is not an overnight sensation. And if you are talking about you got self-love in an overnight situation, you've been through trauma, you've been through heartbreak, you've been through heartache, you've been through family issues, all that good shit, and you gonna tell me that you have self-love, especially in the Black community, you lying to yourself. Now, I ain't mad at you for lying to yourself because sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, okay? Sometimes you gotta recognize that, okay, I don't really like myself, but I'm gonna keep telling it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep selling this situation. I love myself. I love what's going on. I love me internally, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that good shit. But you might not necessarily mean it. That's okay. That's okay. You can fake it till you make it, but I don't want you going around here preaching self-love as if you've been doing this journey for the last 5-10 years. Because if you haven't addressed the heartache, the trauma, the abuse, the misuse, all of that, see, I told y'all IG Live is done. I told y'all IG Live is not going to go through. So I'm glad y'all still here with me on YouTube Live. Y'all better go back on IG and tell them this is the place to be. So, in all seriousness, if you're sitting here telling yourself all of those things, that it is going to be, you love yourself after going through all of these things, the reality of the situation is that you really probably don't. You really don't. And again, loving yourself, you should recognize that is very comparable to the whole stance of loving your best friend. To treat yourself like your best friend. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to go over some tips and tools that you can start to do on a regular basis that will really help you get some self-love. Okay? Now, if you are on my IG Live, I told y'all that shit was going to cut off because IG is a whole mess. So meet me over at YouTube. The link is in the bio. I'm letting y'all know now. It's going to end up cutting off again, especially in the best spots. So get over on YouTube Live and join the conversation. All right, babies. I'm loving you guys on YouTube. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. So before we get into the tips and the tools, I'm letting y'all know now. I want y'all to get a great understanding of what self-love is. because social media got y'all fucked up, okay? On various levels, on so many levels, but we're not gonna go there today. Self-love is obviously more than just how you put yourself together. Self-love is more than just getting your nails and your hair done on a regular basis. That is a byproduct of self-love. That is a fake it till you make it type of stance about self-love. Some of the most beautiful people, most well put together people hate themselves. They hate themselves. Their esteem is like at a negative 100. Think about it. Think about the people that you might, you know, what's the word? Idolize. Think about like your celebrities, your favorite celebrities and stuff like this. I follow this blog. Um, it's called In Case You Didn't Know. It's a really good blog. If y'all want celebrity information behind the scenes stuff, she got the whole thing. And she has not been wrong. She gets stuff out. Anyway, I ain't gonna go there. But anyway, I follow this blog called In Case You Didn't Know. And I'm telling y'all, the stuff that she tells me that these celebrities be having to go through and are going through and currently dealing with as it relates to themselves and other people, the shit that they go through, they hate themselves. A lot of them hate themselves. A lot of them want to die. That's why there's so many of them on drugs. That's why there's so many of them. It's not just about the glitz and the glamour and the life. They are made to hate themselves. So they numb themselves with drugs. They numb themselves with alcohol. They numb themselves with sex and, promiscuity and stuff like that. They numb themselves with all of this outlandish situations and they make it look pretty because they look pretty and they look well put together and all that good shit. And it's sad. That's why a lot of them unfortunately hurt themselves. They kill themselves. That's why it's all in the music. It's all in the media. It's all on social media. It's glorified to harm yourself. It's glorified to want to kill yourself. Why? Because so many of us is going through low self-esteem. We don't love ourselves. And when you don't love yourself, you really very much hate the world. You hate the world. I say all the time, my favorite saying is, if people love themselves more, there will be no wars. There will be none of the isms, racism, sexism, all that good shit. There will be none of that. Because when you actually love yourself, you have a hard time hating other people. You become empathetic. You become understanding. You become recognizing that I'm flawed and I still love myself. And this individual is also flawed. And, it's okay. It's okay. I don't hate them. And that allows us to get along. A lot of people don't like themselves. A lot of people see all of this evil situation going on because they themselves feel that they are evil. And until they get to a point where they recognize the bad, the good, and the ugly, and all encompassing, and recognize that how they can still feel loving towards themselves, just like you feel about your best friend. You recognize the flaws in your best friend. You recognize the good, the bad, and the ugly in your best friend, but you still love them. That's the same way you should feel about yourself. That is self-love. So we got about 10 more minutes. If you are on IG Live, make sure you make your way over to YouTube Live because I'm letting you know now it's going to cut out. So if you're on here, the link is in the bio. It's going to cut out. It already cut out once. I told y'all it's going to cut out again because this is what IG does. So that's why we're on a different platform. So thank y'all for tuning in on YouTube Live. Give me a heart if you are currently on your self journey. I don't care what color heart it is. If you are currently on your self-love journey, if you have recognized that, you know what, I'm not perfect. I got a lot of shit with me. Matter of fact, I went through a lot of shit. Not only did I go through a lot of shit, but like low key, that shit affects me on a regular basis. And you know what? I'm working on being better to myself. I'm working on me. I'm working on loving me. If you are on your self love journey right now as we speak, give me a heart. Give me a self compassionate heart. Whatever that heart looks like, give me one of those. Because it's a trip. It's a real trip. A real trip. Breaking up with my best friend showed me who my bestie was. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta break up with your best friend to make sure that you are okay. And we're gonna talk about that in a second because boundaries are a part of self-love. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Sex Talk with Charli. I appreciate you guys being here. We are talking today about self-love and how to get there. A lot of us aren't there. And that's okay because it's a journey. It's not an overnight sensation like a lot of y'all think it is. Okay. So, somebody said breaking up with your best friend or, showed you who your best friend really was. That sounds like boundaries. Which brings me to the point of recognizing that boundaries are so freaking necessary. So necessary. Think about it. Boundaries is like a fence. Literally, that's your bounds. You allow certain people to come into those bounds, and certain people are not allowed to come into those bounds. And that is the only way to make sure that you can preserve you. If you had a precious and rare, like diamond or gem or I don't know, something rare and precious. And every people are coming in and out your house, in and out your house, or whatever the case is. Are you gonna show everybody that precious gem? Not only, not only show them, are you gonna let everybody touch it, fondle it, play with it, get it all like fingerprints on it, dirty it up, all that good stuff? Are you gonna let them take it home to just let me borrow it? Let me borrow that gem, that diamond, that precious thing. Let me hold that real quick. Let me hold that. Are y'all letting people do that? So why in the fuck would you let somebody do that to you? Don't worry, I'll wait. Doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. And that is a part of why boundaries are so important. Boundaries are so important as it relates to self love and self care. You are a precious gem. You are that rare stone. You are that hot commodity. You are that thing. So it needs to be electric freaking fences around your ass. It does not need to be a situation where you're just letting anyone and everyone touch you. I'm gonna say something. Y'all gonna be mad about this. I ain't gonna lie. If you are on IG Live, hello. If you are on IG Live, welcome to Sex Talk with Charli. We are over on YouTube Live. So if you're on here, there's no one on here because we're all on YouTube Live. So come over to YouTube Live to enjoy the conversation, okay? Welcome back to Sex Talk with Charli. I appreciate you guys tuning in. But join us on YouTube Live. The link is in the bio. See y'all in a second. So back to what I was saying. When it comes to being in your space, allowing people to be in your space, you can't. You cannot allow everyone to be in your space because they will get fingerprints on that shit. They will fuck it up. They will mistreat it. They will not know how to treat the thing that you consider so precious and so amazing, they will not know how to treat it if you just give it to them like it's nothing. Boundaries. Boundaries are necessary. It's like a fence. But here's how boundaries work. Okay. Boundaries is literally, like I said, like a fence. Now, when you're building a fence, I personally have never built a fence. I ain't gonna fucking lie. However, I've seen fences be made. And one of the things that happens when you're building a fence, you first have to dig a big ass hole. Okay, you have to dig a hole, and it takes time. That part is the longest part. You dig a very deep hole all around the perimeter of where you want the fence to go, and it has to be pretty deep because essentially it has to have enough leverage, like a pulley, has to have enough leverage that if the wind is blowing, if someone leans up against it, even if someone runs and hits it, it won't fall. It won't bend. It won't break. But if you put yourself into a situation where you dig that hole and it's too shallow, the wind blows and it's going to be knocked over. You have to make sure that your boundaries, your fence, is deep enough and understood within the core of you. And we're going to talk about core work another day, but it is deep enough in the core of you to withstand any wind, any pushing, any yelling, fighting, any cursing out. You acting different. You acting new. You did. You ain't shit. Why you doing this? You selfish. You drawing. You this. You that. Oh my God, why you acting like that? You annoying. You still drawing. Oh my God, you bougie. You this. You're rude. You're ignorant. Oh my God, I can't even deal with you. Why are you acting like this? You're acting brand new. Who wants to be around you anymore? You're boring. You're this. You're that. That shit's going to happen. Because when you put up boundaries, people don't like it. Because they want access to that rare gem. They want access to that hot commodity that they're going to be touching all over and getting their way with. And they're going to have their way with you. So why let them fuck that up? It's not smart. It's not smart. Not logically and not emotionally. So you got to do your due diligence. So we got I told y'all it's at 10 o'clock. I'm going to give y'all some tips. So y'all better get y'all notepads ready. Y'all better get y'all situations ready. And again, if you are on your self-love journey, give me a heart. Let me know what year do you know what year you started your self-love journey? Do you know what year you recognize you woke up and you said, oh shit, I don't like myself. Matter of fact, I don't love myself. And if you haven't said that to yourself, if you haven't said that to yourself ever, because trust me, in this society, we all feel it. Matter of fact, it's made for you not to love yourself. So if you've never said that, then you have yet to start your self love journey. But if you have started your self love journey, if you got to a point in recognition one day, like, damn, I don't love myself. I don't like myself. I don't like that. Then you know you started your self-love journey. And give me a heart. Give me a heart if you recognize that you started your self-love journey a while ago. You know, what year did you start your self-love journey? Like, when did that happen for you? If you're on IG Live, we are over on YouTube Live. I'm just having here to help y'all get over on YouTube Live. But join us on YouTube Live. That's where everybody is. So thank you guys for joining here on IG Live. Back YouTube angels. Tell me, give me a heart if you have started your self love journey. And do you know what year that was? I saw a couple hearts. Okay, Aida. Okay, I'm seeing hearts. Deja, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. We're going to get started with some tips. Now, this is exclusive for my YouTubers. YouTubers. So if you want IG Live, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Click the link in the bio, and that's how you get to know these tips. Love y'all. All right. So, YouTubers. That's how my son says it. YouTubers. If you could hear her talk, you wanna listen more. Just in the way she walks, you know the queen is her. Sweetness, this position that you make this. She gives sexy more meaning. Without even trying, she's bringing it. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have your pen and paper because I'm gonna give these. These are some real gems, okay, for free. This is probably the first and the last. Well, that's not the first time. It's definitely the last time though that you will be able to get these tips for free. Okay, I am developing an ebook, and that is due to come out at the end of next month, the end of March. Yes, end of March. And you'll be able to buy my ebook. You'll be able to get some more gems and some information. And if you have some challenges, if you don't know what self love is, or you don't really feel like you started your self love journey, but you would like to, I am doing a seminar, and then there's some courses that will be developed on how to achieve that. It is a healing process. You have to work on your healing in order to get to self love. Okay. So it starts there. And I will teach you how. You just got to be patient with yourself and patient with me because it's coming. Ebook. All right. I'm going to start backwards because I have like tip 1, 2. No, I'm gonna go around. Okay. So first tip to self-love. Admit that you don't and have not been loving yourself like you should. Now we talked about that. I said that a few different times. You have to get out of denial. If you are just doing your hair, getting your nails done, getting your feet done, treating yourself right, you look good on the outside, but you are just allowing anybody to be around you. You are taking any type of bullshit from men and women, or one or the other, whether it's men or women or whatever the case is. And I'm not talking about fighting. If you fighting, if you doing all of that shit still in your late 20s and 30s and 40s, you don't love yourself because you're not even gonna waste that energy. You recognize that your energy is too precious to even want to have to deal with some drama or exert your energy like that. So if you are still doing that, I'm not talking about you sitting here and knucking if you bucking and in a situation that someone disrespects you. Now, self-defense is one thing, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just ready to like. I hope y'all not fighting like that now. I'm still in 2021. But if y'all on that type time, still, you don't love yourself. So get out of denial and tell yourself and admit that you have not been loving yourself like you say you should. Okay? Number 2, make sacred time for yourself. Make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Now, here's the kicker. There's a difference in isolation and time to yourself. Big difference. Isolation is going to leave you depressed and sad and feeling like no one loves you, including yourself. That's isolation. Making time for yourself is doing shit that you like to do, no matter what, whether it's work, play, business, whatever the case is, that you are doing for yourself to elevate yourself and become a better version of yourself. Okay? That's my shit, y'all. Yeah, baby, I just want to be provided with the flies. Like a ranch. I'm just trying to talk to you. Sorry, this is my shit. My bad. All right, hold up.
Charli, can I feel your tank? Yeah, tank, yeah. Yeah. Start off with that what you drink, yeah. Pardon if I'm road rage, but I know you heard my driver's crazy.
Hey, no, my bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, I'm back. My bad. I love me some Wale, okay? All right. I'm back. So, like I said, don't isolate. Make time for yourself. I was trying to rhyme, but couldn't figure it out. All right. Number 3. I hope y'all writing this down. Admit the wrongs that you have done to yourself and accept. Ooh, this is a good one, y'all. This is like the breaker. The breaker, okay? Let me turn this. Let me turn it down. Let me turn it down. This one is important. This one is like the actual thing. If you get to step 3 in your journey, you have done a lot of the work and you are pretty much in a very good space. Very good space. Good. Yay. I'm finally able to chat. Yay. Hey, Monty. What's up, boo? Okay. So this is number 3. This is serious, y'all. Okay. Admit the wrongs that you have done to yourself and accept that your engagements with other people is because you, not them, you allowed it to happen. Take ownership and responsibilities. Now, this is such a controversial self-love tip, but it's really the truth. Because when you put yourself in predicaments, and now I'm talking about adults, I'm not talking about childhood trauma, I'm not talking about situations where there is, you're a child and you're dealing with adults type of situation, because trauma as a child is a totally different animal. I'm talking about as an adult making conscious decisions, making day to day life decisions. If you, as an adult, are dealing with the same bullshit on a regular basis, and you are complaining about how it's annoying, it's getting on your nerves, is this, is that, is abusive, is emotionally hurtful, is all that good stuff, it's on you. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's on you. You have to take accountability. You have to take responsibility, and you have to change the circumstances. And that even goes for people who are in abusive relationships. If you're stuck in the stance of, but I love him and he's going through this and he's going through that, or she's, she just, she has some issues with her, she has some problems with her mom and her dad and all this good stuff, and you find yourself making excuses to take the abuse, that's because you don't love yourself. If you loved yourself, and when you love yourself, you do put yourself first, not in a circumstances of self-centeredness, but selfishness is necessary for survival. So necessary. Okay? That's tip number 3. I hear you. I see y'all chatting. To answer your question, Eb, yes, it will be safe. All right. That's number 3. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm telling y'all, if you are going through the bullshit on a daily basis, your fault. It's your fault because you have the power to change it. You might not love the alternative to that situation, but there is an alternative. People will love to stay in a known hell before they walk to an unknown heaven. It's one of my favorite lines. Promise you. All right. So with that being said, we are number 4. Write this down. Acknowledge that we have the capacity to reach our higher selves through looking at ourselves, not others. Self accountability. Stop being the victim in your life. If you are struggling with a situation where your job is fucking you over, you feel like, you're unhappy in a particular situation, even with family, stop being the victim. You are a grown ass person. You can leave. You can leave. You can move. You can leave and go and make your and find your happiness. You can find it. If you're deciding to stay, that's on you. It's the reality of the situation. Number 5, create boundaries for yourself. Do not allow yourself to engage in things that make you sick, angry, or sad on a regular occasion. It will cause dis-ease. I'm going to say that again. This one is important. Create boundaries for yourself, not for other people. Yes, other people will, try to cross your boundaries and all that good stuff. I'm not talking about for other people. You create boundaries for yourself, meaning you will not go to that situation. You will not engage with that person, even if they are pushing your buttons. You will not allow other people to dictate what's going and what's going to happen for you. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a relationship. I don't care if it's your family, whatever the case is. You need to create boundaries for yourself. You will not participate in X, Y, and Z because it makes you sick, angry, or sad on a regular basis. If any of those things, if things are making you feel that way on a regular basis, you need to create boundaries for yourself to make sure that you do not engage. It's not about the other person. The other person is not going to stop engaging because to some degree it's benefiting them. And maybe if you're engaging, to some degree it's beneficial to you too. So you need to sit with that reality of the situation of why am I engaging in this situation that's making me sick, sad, or angry on a regular basis? Something you have to think about for yourself. But what it will do is cause dis-ease. All puns intended. Okay. Number 6. Do fun shit with you and only you. You and you and you and you and you and only you. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself to the movies. Somebody don't want to go to the concert that you want to go by yourself. Somebody's not, you want to make a garden or you want to paint a picture or you want to do something and your friends ain't down with it or whatever the case is. You want to go to the Roots Picnic concert. You want to go to all this stuff. Be safe, but do that shit. Do that shit. Stop waiting on other people to validate what you find amazing in life. Stop waiting for other people to do and engage in things that is going to make you happy and joyful. There's so much bullshit that's happening with COVID and all these. Well, thank God they lifted the mandate in Philly, but all these mandates, fucking I swear they're sprinkling something to make us all feel suicidal, hate ourselves. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into my conspiracy theory bag. We ain't gonna go there today. But I promise you, yo, it's something in the air that's making us not love life. It's making us not love life. It's not even with all these systemic down like oppressions. That's a part of it for sure. But we've always been oppressed, especially as Black people. But now a lot of us don't even want to be here. Why? Why? Because we have lost the joy of finding love in our own lives. Do fun shit with you and only you. Your friends don't want to be a part of it. Fuck them. Do what you got to do. Okay. Number 7. Hope you guys are writing this down because I'm telling you, it's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. Baby, you got a body like we just listened to this. All right. We are at number 7. Engage in 2 things a week that you like to do without excuses. Engage in 2 things a week that you like to do without excuses. Now, I know a lot of us have families, a lot of us have obligations, we have jobs, we have all this other stuff, we have commitments. And the reality of the situation is that we can't always get to a point where we can do things like take a yoga class or do kickboxing or do a painting class or, um, what's it called? Like clay making class, whatever. We can't do those like regular hobby shit because we feel like, oh, it's not productive. How is it making us money? How is it making us grow? How is it doing something helpful for our situation? It's not always about that. It's about making you happy. So if you have to go and, you're taking a yoga class or you enjoy sitting in a sauna or you enjoy doing gardening or painting or cooking or whatever, and you just feel like you don't have enough time, you make time. You make time. You don't wait for time to open up because time will never open up, especially with us going back to real life. See, in the pandemic, if you didn't utilize the pandemic for your stance of like cultivating yourself, you really missed out on a really good opportunity. And that's okay. That's all right. Because life still goes on. But essentially, while we were all locked in our houses, that was the time to really do some shit that you really wanted to do and would have loved to do. Even if you couldn't do it like in person, but looking online, the internet is ridiculously big at this point, and you can really find different things that you could have done in the meantime online, not sitting in the house watching Netflix all day every day, scrolling on fucking Instagram. That is not cultivating self-love. That is doing the opposite actually. Honestly. So, do 2 things without excuses. Tell your family you got a doctor's appointment. Tell them you have a meeting. Tell them you have to meet up with a client. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Do 2 things a week that you like to do. I do kickboxing. I need to because I need to get some of this. Sorry. I have to get some of these feelings out sometimes. And I actually like it. I like it. So I do kickboxing twice a week. Do something that you like to do at least twice a week without excuses. Don't make excuses. You ain't got time. Make time. Number 8. We got 2 more. Number 8. Say positive affirmations to yourself every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every fucking day. Every day. We speak so negatively to ourselves on a regular basis. We tell ourselves we're unworthy, that no one loves us, that no one will care about us, that we don't look that good, that we need to do this better, that better, we're lacking here, we need to do more there. We talk to ourselves on a regular basis in such a negative way all the time. I'm so tired of feeling empty. Find my eyes, it's time to fight. Seems like I'm always against me. Seems like this is never ending. That's gonna make me cry. I refuse to let it. Cause I've been here, y'all. Mentally, spiritually, physically, I need my peace. Oh, I need my peace. This is. I wake up every morning and tell myself, good morning, gorgeous. It's the self-love journey. If you haven't cried about how you've treated yourself in the past and how you've allowed yourself to engage in certain things for so long, you can't truly say that you've been on your self-love journey. Because that shit is so eye-opening and so It's so real. You recognize how fucked up you've treated yourself for so long, how fucked up you've allowed yourself to engage in such toxic interactions and behaviors on a regular basis, how you put yourself in so many fucked up situations just because you wasn't taking care of you first. And I know I'm speaking to my ladies out there. I know men are going through the same thing, but ladies, no, fuck that. Everybody. It's all of us. We have put ourselves through so much shit, especially as black people, because society told us that that's how we're supposed to be. And we believed it. And so we talk to ourselves and we say so much negative shit and we think it's like helping us when we're saying like, you ain't shit, you need to do this better, get your shit together. Because that's how we've been taught to when like growing up. Our most of our lives. I know I have. From coaches to teachers to parents to like say positive affirmations every day. Every fucking day. Positive affirmations to yourself. You have to retrain your brain. You have to. You have to retrain your brain. And it starts with positive affirmations on a daily basis. Woo! All right. We almost finished. Number 9, be your own best friend. We talked about that earlier. We talked about the importance of how you treat your best friend is basically how you should be treating yourself. How you engage with your bestie, you loving the good, the bad, and the ugly of all of them. You need to be doing that to yourself. Treat yourself. If you got a bad review at work, and let's say your best friend called you and said they got a bad review at work, what you saying to them? Yeah, bitch, you do be fucking up at work. I mean, shit. I mean, you deserve that shit. That shit is fucked up. No, you're consoling them. You're consoling them. You're not sitting here and telling them how much they fucked up and they should have did this better and they should have did that better and should have done all that good stuff. If anything, you're encouraging them to like let that shit go and keep going. Go harder, go better, or fuck that job and start your own business, bitch. Fuck that shit. Stop dealing with that shit. You hate that job anyway. Move forward. Keep going. Make yourself. Cultivate you. Stop focusing on that negative shit. You gonna encourage them. So why are you not doing that shit to yourself? Encourage you. Be your own best friend. What would you say to your bestie? That's how you should be talking to yourself. Last but not least, be gentle with yourself.
It's time to mix it up and get your glow, girl. I know that you gon' get it, you got so you. Don't let nobody tell you that it's so. Girl, it ain't, I want you to know that, girl. You got it, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got it, you got it, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you might look.
No, listen. Be gentle with yourselves, okay? As black people, we have learned to put ourselves down. That goes, it's like a whole thing. Um, there's a book on post traumatic slavery disorder, and forgive me, it's by a doctor, and I've been drinking. Sorry, I cannot think over the top of my head, but it is a book, and she has a documentary on it. Um, Post traumatic slavery disorder, especially for our people from the diaspora. Um, we have been taught to talk down on ourselves, our children, um, our loved ones for protection. They were ripping our families apart. They were, selling our kids. They were doing all types of craziness to ourselves. And so, of course, we had to show or try to show the world or try to let the world know, like, no, 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 no. You don't want this ugly, weak, stupid kid. This kid is stupid. This kid is ugly. You don't want them. You don't want the weakling. This one is weak. This one is stupid. No, 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 no. Just keep him here. Keep him here because they're stupid. That was an effort to protect. That was an effort to secure and keep our families together. And unfortunately, that has been developed and maneuvered and continued throughout the years, centuries and centuries. And now we just think it's like, it's normal. Say, friend tells me, oh my gosh, your child is so smart. I'm like, yeah, but he be getting on my nerves at home, girl. Oh my God. It's like, he's a crazy one. You don't want him. Trust me. That's us protecting our little ones. That's us protecting our family by downplaying their accomplishments. We always downplay ourselves for protection. We are learning now to uplift ourselves, but historically, we've always downplayed ourselves. So we are in 2022. We can be free to be us at this point. Yeah. And even if we can't, fuck that. Be you and be gentle with yourself. Make sure you are taking care of you first. The plane is going down. Air mask drop. Who you supposed to put on? Who you supposed to put the air mask on first? You. So if you aren't saving yourself first, you cannot save your kids, your husband, your family, your anybody, co-workers, white girl down the street. You can't save anybody but you. So save you first so you can help and save other people. I had to go on my self-love journey. There was no way I'll be able to talk to you guys right now if I didn't cry and scream and like, oh, you have to feel to heal, y'all. And again, I'm coming out with some coursework. Start with my ebook. It's coming out very soon by the end of next month. So make sure you grab yourself a copy because that will help you and teach you a step-by-step way on how to heal yourself. Well, it will give you some tools and techniques that I often give my clients as a licensed marriage and family therapist. And I will be giving it to you guys as well. So make sure you grab yourself a copy of that ebook, Journey to Healing. And we're going to wrap up. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Self-love is something I'm so passionate about. Like I'm so passionate about it because it's literally the key to making sure our societies like function well and grow and thrive and all that good shit. Everything that we're doing right now, like everybody hates themselves. That's real. Everybody hates themselves. I'm not lying. Think about it. They doing weird shit around you. That's because they don't think too finely about themselves. They drinking too much. That's because they don't think too finely about themselves. They engaging in drugs and stuff like that. They don't think too finely about themselves. They fucking it's this person, that person, and everybody else. They not thinking too finely about themselves. They not. So start with you because it's so easy to talk to everybody else about what they need to do better and how they need to fix themselves. But you show them how to do that by first working on you. Whew. I love y'all. Y'all had me emotional, crying and stuff because this is real to me. If you want to know more about self-love, please DM me. I am still on Instagram, although I'm not going live on there anymore. So make sure you tune in. Share this live with everybody, okay? Go on YouTube, share this live with everybody you know because it is imperative. I'm telling you, as a society, if more people love themselves, we would have so much less hate in the world towards each other. I promise y'all. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything you guys give to me. I love y'all. I love my angels. You guys have a great night.